Okay, let's dive right in. What if I told you that one of the most common things you hear in a doctor's office is also one of the most misleading? We're going to talk about why your normal lab results might be the very reason you still feel totally exhausted and just off. Let's get into it. This phrase right here, your labs are normal. It sounds reassuring, right? But honestly, this might be one of the most dangerous and frustrating things you can hear in medicine. It's a conversation ender, right when the real investigation should be starting. For so many people, it's a dead end. Exactly. Because despite those normal labs, you're living with very real symptoms. We're talking about that fatigue that goes down to your bones, the frustrating brain fog, the weight that just won't budge, or feeling like your memory is slipping. You know something is wrong. And the problem isn't in your head, it's in how we define normal. So, this is the absolute heart of the issue. There's a huge, huge gap between what conventional medicine calls normal and what it actually feels like for your body to be optimal. They are not the same thing. Okay, check this out because this is the critical difference. That conventional lab range, it's like a giant fishing net with huge holes. It's designed to catch only the biggest fish, meaning full-blown disease or pathology. If you're not sick enough to get a clear diagnosis, you're normal. But the functional or optimal range, that's like a finely tuned sonar. It's looking for the small, subtle imbalances that show your body isn't working at 100%. And this analogy is just perfect. Imagine your doctor is looking at your car's dashboard. They see the check engine light is off, so they tell you the car is fine. But you're the one in the driver's seat. You can hear that engine sputtering. You can feel the car struggling to get up a hill. You are experiencing all the warning signs long before the system just completely breaks down. And that sputtering, in functional medicine, we have a name for it, physiological dysfunction. It's that huge gray area where you're not technically sick with a diagnosable disease, but your body's systems are definitely not working right. This is the root cause that those conventional labs completely miss, and it's exactly where all your symptoms are coming from. So let's make this super concrete with a perfect example, the thyroid. So many people out there, especially women, are told their thyroid is normal, but they have every single classic symptom of a slow metabolism. And here is why that happens. You gotta understand, your metabolism isn't just one signal. It's more like a relay race. First, the brain sends out a signal called TSH to the thyroid. That's the first leg of the race, and that's pretty much all a standard test measures. But the race isn't over. The thyroid then makes T4, which is mostly inactive, kind of like a placeholder. The most important part, the final leg, is converting that T4 into active T3. T3, that is the gas pedal for your entire metabolism. It tells every single cell in your body how much energy to burn. So what happens if something is blocking that final, crucial handoff? Well, the number one saboteur is chronic stress. When you're stressed all the time, your body pumps out a hormone called cortisol. And high cortisol literally blocks that T4 to T3 conversion. Instead, your body shunts that T4 into something called reverse T3, which is basically an emergency brake for your metabolism. You can see now why just a simple TSH test doesn't tell you the whole story, right? It doesn't show you if this critical step is getting blocked. And this is the result. This is what we call subclinical hypothyroidism. Your TSH, that initial signal, might look perfectly fine on paper. Your doctor pats you on the back. But down at the cellular level, your body is screaming for the active T3 it needs to function. Your metabolism is just stuck in the mud, and you're left feeling cold, tired, and unable to lose weight, all while being told your labs are normal. Okay, so that's the problem. How do we fix it? How do we start clearing out those roadblocks? Well, this is where it gets really empowering because it starts with simply giving your body the right raw materials it needs to do its job. To get this, you need to know one key word, cofactor. It sounds technical, but it's simple. Think of an enzyme in your body as a worker on an assembly line. A cofactor is the specific tool that worker absolutely needs to do their job. No tool, no work gets done. The whole production line just grinds to a halt. First up, your thyroid needs its essential fuel, its main building block, iodine. It's simple. Without enough iodine, your body can't even make thyroid hormones to begin with. It's the raw material for the whole factory. And you can find it in things from the sea, like cod, shrimp, and seaweed. Next up is selenium, and honestly, this is the absolute superstar for our thyroid conversion problem. Selenium is the critical tool, the cofactor for the enzymes that do that all-important job of turning inactive T4 into your active T3 gas pedal. And get this, just 2 Brazil nuts a day can often give you all the selenium you need. It's that simple. And finally, let's talk about zinc. You can think of zinc as the master mechanic of your body. It's a cofactor in over 300 different enzyme reactions. It's so important for your immune system and for making sure all your metabolic signals are getting through loud and clear. Things like oysters, beef, and pumpkin seeds are fantastic sources. You see, this whole approach of looking deeper at your stress, at these crucial nutrients, at the whole system, it isn't just a hack. It's actually part of a much bigger, much more logical philosophy about what health really is. So this is the functional medicine approach. It's all about being a health detective, not just a scorekeeper. It's about asking why. Why do you have these symptoms? It's not just about slapping a label on them. It's about looking at your story, your lifestyle, and using the right tests to find the root cause. It's a partnership designed to bring your body systems back into balance. The goal is to treat you, the person, not just a lab report. You know, this quote from a doctor who embraced this way of thinking, it just says everything. The goal isn't to be a specialist in the kidneys or the heart. The real goal is to become a specialist in the patient who is sitting right there in front of you, in their unique body, their unique life, and their unique story. So the next time you get a lab report back, I want you to ask yourself this question. Is this piece of paper the final word on my health? Or is it just the first clue in a much deeper, more personal, and ultimately a much more empowering story about what it really takes to feel well? This is your invitation to start asking better questions and to push for real answers.